Out podcast. We are back. We are back with another special guest. But before we get into it, I want to say, Andre, I hope you're doing well. He couldn't make it today, but bro, this is going to be one of my favorite episodes, man. I'm excited to jump into this episode, man. I got a longtime friend. We've been homies probably for like 6 or 5 years, man. And honestly, he's like a brother to me. So I'm excited to have him on, man. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Your floor is yours, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's probably been longer than 5, 6 years at this point now, since college feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
But for everyone listening, my name is Tom McGowan. I'm the founder of All Things Good. It's a good news media platform that reaches millions every week on social media. So you can find us on Instagram at All Things Good. So our goal is to do more filmmaking, more news segments like the stuff you see on TV, except not all the negativity and politics you see on the news, more just good news and positivity.
Yeah, man, dude. We have a lot to talk about, bro. But yo, before we jump into it, man, how's everything been, bro? Like, I feel like every time we link up, it's usually a while, but yo, that love is always gonna be there, bro. How's everything been, man? What's going on in your life
Yeah,
right now, bro?
yeah, for sure. It's going all right. Still grinding along on All Things Good. It can be a struggle building something like that size, at certain points, but I feel like I'm hitting good momentum with it. My main goal with it right now is I'm just trying to get into more filmmaking. Like, I want to travel more and kind of find good news stories around the world with it. So uh, maybe I'll have to visit you and Barcelona or something and get some good stories there.
Yes, so yo, you're like I always tell you, man, you're always welcome out here, bro. Like, yo, I think you'll love it because the culture is unique. Uh but the good thing is, bro, it's the vibe out here. Like, I'm not in Valladolid. I mean, I'm not in Barcelona right now. I'm in Valladolid, which is like 2 hours from Madrid. But I think you would like it because I it's just the vibe, man. The food, the people. Like, people are
Yeah,
always willing to open their arms to you and like get to know you. But
yeah.
I
Everything I've
think
heard
I
about it is it's yeah. I've heard it's good shit out there. Like,
yeah, bro. It's for you, bro. It's definitely for you to take a vacation, bro.
yeah,
Uh,
I just gotta
but
find money to get out there.
yo, I feel you, bro. I'm supposed to be coming back in June just to from for my boy's wedding. But right now, bro, I'm looking at tickets and like a one-way trip from Madrid to New York is like 500, bro. So I would have to spend a rack, 1,000 probably for there and back, plus the
Yeah,
tuxedo on top of that. Like, I'm spending mad money. So,
yeah, that shit's tough, dude.
bro,
Weddings
it's
are
tough.
tough. Weddings are tough, man.
I know, bro, and I'm in the wedding too. Like, I'm
Yeah.
one of his best men. Like,
Oh
but
yeah.
I have to get in
Yeah,
touch. I
you're
gotta
gonna
get
be
everything.
dropping way more than $1,000.
Bro, I try not to think about this shit. That shit's in June. I'm so happy for him to get married. Like, this is his time. But like, damn, I'm gonna be dropping, like mad dough, bro. And like, I mean, listen, the money's good right now, but I'm not working as much as I did in the States. So like, yeah, I gotta be more a little bit more smarter with my money than I was
Yeah,
when I was working back home, bro.
I feel you. Does your money go further out there, or is it about the same?
It's a little. I would say I was making a little bit more in the States than I was out here. The
But
money's
the stuff like costs more there, or is it? I mean,
um.
yeah, everything's
All
pretty
right, so
expensive back here, dude.
hell, yo, yeah, it's definitely more expensive. But the thing that sucks, bro, is the taxes because the free healthcare and like the school like for the university, you're not paying as much money because they kind of help you out. So they pay taxes like a mother, like, bro, like half of your check goes to the fucking government, bro. I don't know
Hey,
how I feel about it.
at least though if you got hit by a bus, you'd be fine. If I got hit by a bus with the U.S. healthcare system, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, bro. They'd be like, yo, if you don't got no insurance, you ain't
Like,
getting
oh,
taken care of.
he's dying. Just throw him out, throw him out to the road.
Bro. So I mean, you could live like what you're doing right now, especially like you're on social media, you're doing all that. I think you could live good out here because people are just as intrigued as they are in the States about social media. I think you could live good. The only thing is the taxes, but the food itself is really cheap. You can get a good meal, like a good portion meal for under $10 and like feel good. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you want to go out and drink like beers and all that stuff,
Yeah, good
wine,
nightlife
liquor,
there.
mad cheap, bro, mad
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah.
So it evens out. The thing is the pay. The people in the States definitely get paid
Yeah,
more, and there's more job opportunities out in the States too.
yeah, yeah. Except we just got to pay for a lot more stuff. That yeah,
Yeah, bro. Yo, so are you still in Maine?
yeah. I'm trying to get out. It'd be nice, but it's just like expensive, really.
Yeah, bro. Dude, it is especially like I'm realizing that now, like where we went to school and like being in New England in general, bro, it's so expensive, bro. Like,
New England's crazy, dude. It's ridiculous.
bro, like Maine, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Mass, like to live there or go to school there, like you gotta pay more money than you would in like in the South, if you're in Texas or you're in
Dude,
Florida, anything like
like
that.
Portland is getting to like New York like prices right now. It's crazy, dude.
Bro, it's
Like,
beautiful. It's the city and it's on the water, bro. Like, who doesn't
yeah,
want to live there? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't know, not for the prices they're charging.
Yeah,
Crazy, dude. Yeah,
bro. So are you in Portland right now? Or are you outside of Portland?
I was in Portland. I just moved back home for a little bit, so till
Oh,
I
so
can find till I can
you're
find a new spot.
oh, so you're still near, man. You're still nearby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
man.
sure. But I'm looking at like once I can get so I'm working on my own creative stuff as well that I'm gonna start doing like social media management and consulting and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
once I can get that going, I think I might just Airbnb around the world and just like hop around from country to country and just work remotely. That's like what I want to do. Like
Yeah, yo, you
dude,
you
like
have to.
I was looking at I was looking at Airbnbs in Bali, Indonesia. Dude, for $1,000 a month, you can get like a mansion, a pool, and like have a chef, like a driver. I'm like, holy shit, why am I living in
Bro,
America? Like,
that would be lit. And yo, the beaches there, they don't look real, bro. Like the
yeah.
damn, bro.
I've heard like a lot of influencers and stuff live there too. Like it's like a
Bro, or
big
you could be like Logan Paul and live in Puerto Rico, bro.
is that where he lives?
Yeah, they were living in Puerto Rico for a minute,
I don't know if
just to
I'll live
like
in Puerto Rico these days with the hurricanes.
now I mean now of course not, but like I feel you, bro. That would be the lifestyle just to go around and like
Yeah,
work
just
and work on your career and like travel,
yeah,
you
if you
know.
could like work remotely while experiencing like different cultures and countries, like that would be awesome, I think. Like another place I'd love to visit is like Iceland. I think Iceland would be sick.
Bro, you like the cold like that, bro?
I'm I'm from Maine, bro.
I know,
I got
bro.
Scandinavian in my blood.
Bro, y'all built different, bro. Like, bro, now that now that I'm in Spain, the winters are not as harsh as it was in Maine, bro. But like, yo, I can only,
Farmington winters were brutal, dude.
bro,
There were some
walking,
there were some
bro,
days I stepped outside my apartment and felt the wind and the cold and said, I'm not going to class today. I'm not walking.
for real, bro. Like, and then that shit makes you angry. Like, bro, yo, I was walking. I remember one time I was walking. I think it was to your place to pregame, if I'm not mistaken, bro. I was walking in a blizzard, bro. Yo, I was walking in a blizzard, bro. Like, I was telling myself as I was walking, I was like, yo, damn, I'm just doing this to chill with my boy or like hang out and stuff. But like, yo,
It's
this
gonna
is
be
not
worth it
worth
in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
there's some brutal, like the wind there too was crazy. Like the wind mixed with the cold, it was just a brutal combination.
Yeah, y'all different, bro. Y'all different breed, man. Y'all different breed, man. Let's jump right into it, man, because we got a lot to talk about, man, and I'm excited to have you on, bro. Let's talk about the social media thing, bro. Like, what gave you the inspiration to start a platform like All Things Good, man? Like, what gave you the inspiration, and what was the beginning like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm still like in the beginning almost. I mean, it's been 5 years, but I first came up with the idea like at the end of Farmington, and then when I went into grad school, I got my master's in business in grad school. Um, I just was like, I've always been entrepreneur minded. I wanted to create my own business and work for myself. And so I took a look at every industry and I said, which industry is hurting? Because like they say in business, to have a successful business, you should solve a problem in society. So I took that advice and I said, what problem is there in society? And this was before everyone even I mean, this was 5 years ago. This is before everyone even realized that the news was so negative. So I was like, oh, the news is just so negative and like politics, and it's like they just shove it down your throat. Like I was like, why isn't there any like good news network? Like, and this was at the time, like, seems like everyone's trying to create one these days, but it's like this is at the time where like there wasn't any good news or like just wasn't really talked about. So I was like, oh, there needs to be like a news station that focuses only on positivity and like good stories, because the way I looked at it is like, I don't know, I just think the news brainwashes a lot of people. Like a lot of people will just take what the news says for their word. Like they'll watch on TV and be like, oh, that's true. That's right. It's like they don't even take into account their own opinion on the subject. And I think that that can be pretty dangerous going forward, where people just take what the media says for their word and they don't even think for themselves. So I was like, I don't know, I just felt like the media industry was going like down a bad path. So that's where All Things Good was born. I was like, needs to be a better, news outlet for people.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with you, bro. Like the media is made to divide us into different sections, and it's sad, bro, because we hear so much about horrible things going on, and like we never take away the positive. Like I remember I read The Art of Happiness by Dalai Lama, and he always said that we tend to think about two negative things before we think about a positive thing. So it is we're always looking for positive, we're always looking for negative things, and we're always looking for the thing that is going to attract us the most, but in a negative way.
Right.
So I think um what a lot of people are missing, that there is good people out there. There is people that are
Right.
actually trying to make a difference. There are people that are trying to make the world a better place, and like it's sad that that is thrown under the rug, and like all the
Right.
negativity is on top of that rug, and like I
And
don't I
it's
yeah, go
like
ahead.
more. I read a study too that like it was like a ridiculous number, like 10 times. People are like 10 times more likely to share negative news on social media than positive news. And I just think the world's gone in like increasingly selfish, where people are sticking up for causes or things that they see on the internet that would impact them. So like if something I see out there, like I just share it and stuff because I'm like, oh well, this could benefit me down the road. Like you see that so much these days, and it's just ridiculous, really. I mean, and that's my problem with the media is too, is like you see it yourself as well. Like the media loves sharing things on, race, gender, anything that could get people to hate each other and bark at each other, because it's like the famous saying in media, if it bleeds, it leads. So
Yeah.
what's going to make the media companies more money? me and you hate each other or if me and you love each other. It's gonna be if we're going at each other's throats, that's what's
Right,
gonna get them the most views.
right,
It's kind of
right.
sad, you know?
Yeah, it is sad. It is because bro, when people work together, it's a strong bond. Like it's a bond that it's hard to break. And I think the media just hates to see certain people come together, and that is their way of using that negativity to cut ties with people. And I think we have the ability to change it. Like people like you with all things good. Like you have the ability to show people like, hey, you know, yeah, there's negativity going on, but like, yo, let's look at the positive stuff. Let
Right.
like this person beat alcoholism. He's been an alcoholic for 5 years, but look at him now. Like he's turned his life around. He's working for his family. I think more people need that because a lot of
Right.
people are struggling with drug addiction. A lot of people are struggling with
Right.
alcoholism, with whether an abusive relationship, domestic violence. A lot of people need to see that good news because it inspires them and it also shows them like, yo, there's a light, like at the end of
Possible,
the
yeah.
tunnel.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
and going off that too, for people listening, you know, we have a sub page off of All Things Good called All Things Good Recovery. Uh,
Hmm.
and actually my one of my good friends, Hunter Michael Shepard, he's a recovered heroin, you know, crack, meth addict, and he runs the page and he shares stories of people he meets, people he knows who have overcome their own addictions. I think it's, you know, it's cool stories, like you said, for people to see that if someone that down in the dumps can do it, then so can you.
Right, right. And yo, we gonna jump into the other pages. We know you got more than one page. We're gonna jump into that, man. Yo, but tell me, how was the pandemic for you? Because a lot of people obviously were you know, they felt like they were limited. They felt like you know, there wasn't a way to get out of the hole we were all in. We were all in a hole. Uh, but how did the pandemic affect you, and how did it help you grow, like with your platforms and with all things good? How what was the pandemic like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, I've had my mental battles through COVID like everyone else. You know, I'll say at the beginning of COVID, I was like I wasn't doing anything else. I just got laid off from another job, uh, so I was just doing all things good at that point. And actually, that's when all things good like went through the roof, was during the start of the pandemic, because I think people started to finally realize what I had been preaching to the choir for a couple of years. You know, like, I mean, I had been saying it for years that like the media was taking this direction and we needed more good news. And I think the pandemic really shined a light on what the media was doing, you know, whether it be through COVID, politics, uh, you know, so for all things good, you know, I think at the beginning of the pandemic, my following was at like 30,000 maybe. And now my following's at about 300,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's taken a huge jump. You know, it's good to see people are catching on to, you know, wanting more good news. I think it's the big thing is the mental health reasons behind it. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people have realized, you know, life is short. You know, during the pandemic, you got to feed your mental health, and I think All Things Good is a really good feeder of, you know, positive mental health for people.
Yeah, man. So yeah, yeah. So you talk about you know, you had your mental battles, but you know, you obviously stayed consistent because you know you're still doing what you're doing. What was like that when you were going through a dark time, and how were you able to get out of that hole and like continue to do what you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like mental health battles were, you know, I mean, All Things Good is definitely like sometimes a double-edged sword. You know, sometimes it can be really stressful and a grind, and you know, it's not like you're making, you know, I'm not at that point where the media company's making a shit ton of money or anything. So like, you know, and this is just entrepreneurship in general. You put a lot of yourself on the line, and you're like betting on yourself the whole time, and it can just be a long grind. Then on top of that, like COVID, like there wasn't much of a social life during that.
Right.
So you don't get to see friends, family. I had COVID around Christmas time, so I couldn't celebrate that with anyone. But in terms of like dealing with mental health struggles for me, I think, it's a big thing of like, exercise is huge for me. Like when I'm exercising, I feel way better than when I'm not.
Right. Like you can conquer the world, right?
Yeah, it just gives you
Yeah.
that like one, it gives you like, you're feeling better about yourself physically, but like I think it's huge mentally in terms of like routine. You have something that, because I'm a very goal oriented person. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know you
Yeah.
know that. So like I need like to complete goals every day because that's just like how I am. So when I exercise every day, it's like a goal you can cross off a list. So,
Right.
that's what I do for myself every day. I write down things on a list, even if it's the simplest task, like, taking out the trash or something, just something easy you can cross off your list so you feel like you did something, like you don't got to conquer the world every day. You just got to make little steps at a time.
Right, yo, that's true, man. And yo, I agree with everything you said. For me, I feel like I have to conquer the world every day, which can be a bad thing. Like,
Yeah, like
but
I always used to say, like I don't know, when I started realizing I didn't have to hit home runs every day, sometimes a good single or double is fine. You don't got to hit the home runs every day. That's when I feel like started getting better.
yeah, man. Yeah. When you do the little things, it's like you appreciate what you did, and like you pat yourself on the back for it. Like, oh, you know what? I was able to accomplish these things this day, and like, and you know what? Maybe the next day I'll do the same thing. Little things, and I think that's a good thing that you said. Like, a lot of people are always trying to conquer the biggest thing they can, and like, when you fail at it, you feel really bad about it.
Right.
And I'm a person that does that sometimes. I'm working on that. Just trying to do little things, and like appreciating the little things I do. So
Yeah,
I respect that because I needed to hear that too, man.
yeah, it's important to hit the singles and doubles. Like, yeah, I used to be someone that just wanted to conquer the world every day, but it doesn't work that way. I mean, I've fallen on my face more than just about anyone I know, but like every time I've fallen on my face, it's made me bigger and stronger. So, I'm a firm believer that sometimes you got to fall down hard to stand up taller.
Yeah, ooh, bars. Ooh, I like.
I
Oh,
knew you'd like
oh,
that one.
oh, I like that one. I like that one. Yo, so here's a question I need to ask you. So what was your this is it moment? This is it meaning like, yo, I can see myself doing this. Like, what was the this is it moment for you?
Like with all things good.
Yeah, well, all things good.
Yeah. I mean, not to sound like conceited, but I always thought from the beginning like it was going to be huge. It was just a matter of like getting to the point where I was like, all right, like we got something tangible here. I'd say like, it was a slow, like the beginning was very slow growth. Like it was hard at the beginning. Like I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And then I got to a point where like celebrities were sharing me. Like, I mean, Tom Brady follows me on Instagram. Kaylee Cuoco,
Yo,
like,
how
like,
was how is that, bro? Yo,
yeah.
yo, how is that? How is because
I was
all right,
pretty cool
I hate that,
Being from New England. Like, it's pretty
bro.
cool.
I hate to say it. I hate to say it because I hate the Patriots so much. I hate the Patriots so much. But Tom Brady is the GOAT. And like
Yeah.
when he went to Tampa Bay and he won that chip, that solidified it for me because at first I'm like, all right, it's definitely Bill Belichick. Like he's the one that has
Yeah.
created this Tom Brady, and everybody's just running with it.
Now
But then
Bill's
he
not
goes,
looking as good without him.
now Bill is not looking like yo. Now it's like Tom Brady was that dude. So like
Yeah.
to me, he's the GOAT. I hate to say he's the GOAT. He's the
Yeah.
GOAT of football.
It is.
Unfortunately, the dude he's
He's
gonna
a beast.
continue to play, bro. And like he's so intelligent.
He's got
His
he's got like
IQ's
he's got like what we were talking about earlier, like that drive. I mean,
yo that
like
drive, bro.
like you that type of drive, like it, like trust me, like that type of drive is hard to acquire
Yo, and to do it for so
for that
long,
long. Yeah,
and just and continuing to win, like Tampa Bay. Who heard about Tampa Bay before he went there, yo?
yeah.
Tampa Bay was trash every single year.
And he's got a great first name as well.
Yeah, he's got yeah, fact. Yo, but how was that feeling when you saw him follow you, bro?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I didn't even notice at first. But Granger reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, Tom Brady follows you, man." I'm like, "No shit, really?" I look and I'm like, "Holy shit, he is following me."
Bro, that's insane, bro. Like, um, go more into detail about like that that first, I don't know, maybe it was 6 months for you, that first 6 months of like trying to get support from your family, your friends. How was that for you, and what did you realize like those first 6 months of just grinding just to get people to see your great content?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a struggle, and sometimes still is a struggle with stuff like that. But like one thing I've learned with, whether it's entrepreneurship or, you know, being a creative, something you create, like you with this podcast, sometimes like I've just learned like in the beginning, I used to take it personally when people didn't like enjoy all things good or whatever. But as I've gotten older, it's like, you have to realize like not everyone's gonna love your baby as much as you do. Like, and for me, I was just like, whatever. If they don't want to appreciate all things good, then fine, I'll just show them then. Like so you eventually have to get over that hump where it's like you just can't take it personally. Like maybe they don't understand. Like yeah, I think that's been good growth for me personally. Like getting over some of that stuff in the beginning where like people are just like whether they don't believe or whether they don't, I mean, in the beginning I had people telling me there was no way it could be because like I said, when I started this there was no such thing like this. So when
Yeah.
I started, people were like, oh, that won't sell. They're like, good news, no, that won't sell. And they like that's what bothered me is like people were just like shitting on me for no reason. I'm like, okay, like whatever, like
Yeah, but that made you hungry though. That you needed
yeah,
that. Imagine if people are gonna be like, "Yo, oh, you're gonna do this. You're gonna do." You needed that, and it
yeah, you,
sounds
you
like,
you've seen me play sports. I'm the same way in entrepreneurship. When
yeah, yeah,
when
you
people
need
start
that,
putting on
bro.
that doubt, I just become a hungry animal.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, that it seems like that's what drove you. But yo, that's good, man. That shows that uh when you're the people that you know the most, that you care about the most, when they turn their back, that's when you grow. Like that fueled you to get better, bro.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
good, man.
And it's important for any creative out there to, one, not take it personal when people, at the beginning don't respect it or they don't appreciate it. Um, because like I kind of took it personally because like I felt like I'd always support other of my friends' creative projects,
Right.
but some people wouldn't support the same way for me. But it's like the famous saying they say is like, how's it go? It's like if you expect other people to have the same heart as you, then you'll always be hurt. Like you shouldn't expect everyone to have the same heart as you. Sometimes you
Right.
just got to put your head down and say, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, just do it. Fuck it. Let's talk about some of these interviews, bro. Tell me what was the most nerve-wracking interview you did? The most one you were nervous about, and tell me the one you thought. I mean, obviously it's your work, so you're gonna think all of them are the best. Tell me one of your favorite ones, and tell me one of your worst interviews you did, and you were like, "Oh, I wish it went better." So go with the one that you were most nervous about.
I mean, I wasn't like too nervous about much of them. I will say, like in the beginning, I was definitely like not as good as I am now. Like now, I'm pretty good at like just conversing with people and talking with people, interviewing them. At the beginning, at the beginning, like me and my buddy always joke, like at the beginning podcast, like I just didn't know how to transition from question to question or whatever. And after every question, I'd just say, "Oh, that's awesome," and then I'd move to the next question. It just felt like I was saying that over and over again. So
Yeah,
I mean, as you know, it's just like you get better as you go, right?
yeah, you
Like
do.
at the beginning, I was not that that not that good. Like, but now I've done like 50 episodes, so you get better. I'm still learning. You still learn. Joe Rogan's still learning, and he's
Yeah,
done
he is.
a shit ton.
Shout out to the GOAT, man. Joe
Yeah,
Rogan's the GOAT, hands down. All right,
yeah.
yo,
I don't
bro,
know how he does
seriously,
it.
like,
Yeah,
uh, he for me, he's one of my. I'll probably put him in my top 5 favorite people that I like and love in the world. Like
yeah.
the
He's
way,
just impressive all the way around.
yo, and for real, like the way he gathers information, he gets information from every source. Like he's trying to learn everything, and like I think it's a great way to learn. I think it's a
While
great
being
way
a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
bro, and like doing UFC, bro. Like,
Yeah.
yo,
He's an
he's the
animal.
GOAT. He's the
Yeah,
GOAT of the podcast.
for sure.
What was some of your most memorable, like some of your most favorite interviews?
Yes.
I know the interview that you did with the black NASCAR driver,
Yeah,
um
Willie T. Ribs. That was a pretty
Willie
cool
T.
one. Yeah.
Ribs. Yo, I thought
He went through a lot
that
of
one,
shit.
yeah, and I thought what his story was incredible. I thank you for sharing that with me as well.
Yeah.
But memories like that, what was one of your favorite interviews that you did?
Yeah, I got quite a few. Like luckily I'll say through the podcast, what's pretty cool is I've become like good friends with a lot of the people I've connected with. Like Hunter Michael Shepard, who runs All Things Good Recovery. I've become really good friends with him over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And we first connected over the podcast he came on. One of my personal favorites is, and I've become friends with him as well, is Jimmy Dennis. It's a story. So me and him have stayed in contact. We talk all the time, but his story is, a couple years back, he just got out of jail, prison. He was in prison for 25 years on death row.
Jesus.
He was on death row for a murder he didn't commit. He was framed, and he recently like got out due to like DNA testing and like other evidence. And so he's fighting right now. He's from Philadelphia. He's fighting right now for, just a better politics in Philly, because there's a lot of people who were involved in framing him that are still involved in politics there, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see a documentary on him someday. I know part of his case has been touched on in one of those Netflix crime series. But he's just an incredible dude. Like the reason I love his story so much is, he was on death row for 25 years for a murder he didn't commit. I mean, that's a long time to be on death row and like have people think that you're this horrible human being. He
Right.
said what, and the murder was of like a teenage girl. So, when you're in prison for that type of murder, like people are trying to kill you. Like he said one time in prison that someone set his cell on fire. He said he lost like 70% of his hair, getting fights all the time, just horrible existence for someone to have to go through. But when you talk to Jimmy, he's like the nicest person in the world. Like you would never know that he went through this. And it's like, it's pretty remarkable to see like someone who's just like that good of a person having gone through that, because they have every right to be pissed off at the world if they want to be, but he's just like a really good dude.
Yeah, man. I can't imagine what he went through 25 years on death row and like being able to have a second chance, you know what I'm saying? But still what he went through, like
Yeah,
I can't imagine myself being in that situation. That's crazy.
The saddest part of the story too is like hit me was, like 25 years, like he had like, so when it happened to him, he was like 20 years old. So he was
Man,
like,
just a baby.
yeah. And he was working towards having a music career. He was like about to sign with labels and stuff. and he got that all taken from him. He had a couple newborn daughters, and he never got to see them grow up. Like, I'm sure they grew up thinking their dad was this murderer, which is not true. And
Yeah.
then the saddest part of it all is his dad died before he got out, so his dad never got to see that he was innocent, and they wouldn't even let him leave, to go see his dad on his deathbed. It's like,
Wow.
damn, that's just sad.
Yeah, man. And yo, I can only imagine what you were feeling when you were doing that, man. Probably just as touched as he was telling the story.
Yeah, it gives you a
Um
lot of perspective for sure.
yeah, man, it gives you a lot of perspective, and it kind of in some way kind of makes you appreciate yourself. Like, damn, like I'm
Yeah,
not
for
in
sure.
that situation. Like, I'm happy
Yeah,
not to be in that. Yeah.
yeah,
Damn, man.
yeah.
Well,
Just goes to show too, like, everyone's going through something different. Everyone's got to be strong through their own things,
right.
and I was just happy that I could share his story, and because he's still like working on some stuff in that case that, like, it's just tough. So I was happy to just help share his story.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. By the way, what was the worst? Now you don't have to tell me. You don't want to. What was the worst interview you did? You thought it was gonna be well, and you're like, oh, maybe I should have did a little better.
Uh, I mean, I'll probably just take the high road on this one. I don't know if I got any bad ones really. I mean, if they were bad, it was probably because I just sucked at interviewing them.
All right, all right, all
I
right.
mean, I will
That's
say
fair enough.
one of the interviews. I won't say which one, but one of the interviews I did in my garage at the time. Looking back on
Oh
it,
my god, man.
I was like, it was just like such a makeshift setup, like, it's just funny, like, when you look at like your progress from the beginning to like where you are, like, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man, you can use that for humble times. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
um,
Hopefully, when I'm recording some stuff in Bali, maybe I'll look back on it.
Yeah, that's your humble times, bro. So you explained a little bit about each of your pages, but I'm gonna run down the pages. You got all things good recovery. You got all things good views, which is about posting landscapes and posting beautiful, amazing places. You got your podcast. You got all things sports. Um, Explain each one of those pages, man. You explained a little bit about the all things good recovery, which is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
explain those pages. Why did you come up with those different type of pages?
Yeah, it's a mixture of expanding the brand from a business perspective, but also I think important subjects to talk on. The views one is just like a cool place for people to send in pictures where they travel to inspire other people on where they could travel to. The All Things Good Recovery page, I think that's a lot of people's favorite one right now. It's because
Mm,
it gives a lot of people hope, especially during these times, like you were saying earlier. Addiction's like at its highest right now because
bro, at its
people need that
highest.
people need that dopamine pump right now.
Yeah.
So I really like the All Things Good Recovery. HG Sports is kind of taking a backseat because it's just hard getting, it's hard doing all these things by myself. We originally had someone doing the sports page, but it's just, not really as much anymore. But the sports page was cool when we were doing a podcast on it, dude. I mean, I interviewed Mitch Richmond and Tim Hardaway Sr., dude. That was pretty.
Bro, yeah, can I all right, before you move on to all those pages, I need to hear that. Yo, how was interviewing Mitch Richmond? One of a Hall of Famer, Tim Hardaway just got inducted. How was interviewing them, yo?
Yeah, it was really cool. So I used to host the sports podcast with my friend Jeff, and it was kind of just one of those like surreal moments where, like, holy shit, we're interviewing a guy that we could play 2K with, like.
You're right.
uh, and after the interview, we just balled out on 2K with Mitch Richmond and Tim Hardaway. But
Did y'all beat
yeah,
them though? Y'all beat them.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm about to say they're old. They're not like all right. The ball skills physically, but not. Come on, not in 2K, bro.
Yeah. But No, it's just pretty cool, like being able to talk with people like that. Like I mean, I'm a huge NBA fan. I know you are as well. Uh,
Yeah,
so
man.
it's like just it was really cool, and they were both promoting some of the stuff they were doing. So it's really cool to see them like use us as a promotional tool.
Yeah, man. Yo, before you explain your other pages, now that you just brought up the NBA, I need to hear it. I need to hear it before we move on. I need to hear it. Give me your MVP. Give me your top 5 players in the league, and give me your championship. Do not listen before you say the champion. Think outside of being a fan of Boston. All right.
I know I'll go into it non-biased, but I'm
All
gonna have
right. All right. All
Celtics
right. So
champion.
give me your MVP.
I'll give you my maybe my top 3 MVP. I
All
think.
right. All right.
I think I don't know. It's tough because Jokic is always in there. Like he's just, dude, he's a beast. Uh,
Bro, he's probably he has probably the best IQ for a big man we have seen in a long time.
dude, he's good.
Yeah.
I think Jokic. I mean, Embiid if he can stay healthy.
I
Um,
was saying James Harden it might be a little bit better this
oh
year.
no, no.
Ah, okay. If he can stay healthy, I like Embiid. I
I mean,
like
it's hard to bet against Giannis. Like, there's so many options this year. I feel like I think like Giannis is always going to be in that conversation.
yeah, he always
I don't
is.
know if he'll win it because they probably have like Giannis fatigue. Jokic probably won't win it either because I think it will be a new MVP this year. Like
Okay.
maybe Luca
I
or
was saying Luca. Luca's my pick. Luca's my pick.
Tatum, dude. Luca or Tatum, my guy Tatum.
Oh, yo, I listen. I
Dude,
like Tatum,
if the Celtics finish a top seed, like you never know.
but Tatum can't choke. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He
but it's a
choked
regular
badly in
season
the
award.
finals. Yeah, that's true. It's a regular season award. I'm gonna give you my 3. I'm gonna go Luca. Okay. I'm gonna
He's
go.
Luca's got the most to gain too because like his team's not as good as the other guys. So
That's the thing. It's his team.
if he elevates that team to like really really good, like yeah, then he's got a good chance at MVP.
Yeah. I like Luca's game too, bro. I'm gonna go with Giannis. Giannis, you gotta throw him in there. Jokic, and I'm gonna say a sleeper, John Morant.
Yeah, I could see that, dude.
A sleeper is John Morant,
Dude, and
bro.
the Grizzlies are like really good now. Like,
Bro, and they got Baines. Like Baines is playing like an all-star. Like
yeah, yeah,
it could be a good case. I don't know.
that is a good one. Yeah.
So now give me your top 5 best players in the league right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked last year's first team, except I don't think Devin Booker is a top 5 player.
No, yo, no.
I don't know how he got first team. I mean, I'm biased, but I still think LeBron's top 5.
Bro, LeBron is top 5.
I don't know why people write him off. It's like, have you not learned yet? Like, not in any order. I'm just gonna go top 5, not in any order. You got LeBron, Luka, KD, Giannis, and Jokic probably.
KD, man. Listen, I
When
can't put
healthy,
KD.
but who knows if he'll even stay healthy.
Yo, I can't put him. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Luca, Giannis, Giannis, LeBron. Give me. Damn, you guess I have to put KD. I have to put KD in there.
There's so
Unfortunately,
many good players in the NBA.
and Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many good players, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like this season is gonna be, the next season is gonna be even more incredible because we got that French guy coming in. But
dude, he's gonna be so good.
I know, bro. He's a freaking avatar that can ball, bro. Like,
dude, he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Who do you got for rookie of the year this year? I think Paulo Banchero's looking good on the Magic.
Yeah, I might go with Paulo Banchero, or I might go with I like the dude from Indiana, and I like the dude from the Rockets, but I like Paulo Banchero because he's gonna have more of like kind of like
He
he's
can.
gonna be able to create
He's the
his own
guy.
space. He's the guy of the team. Orlando doesn't really have a guy on that team, so I think he has the chance of being the rookie. All right, last question. What about the MVP? The championship. Who's gonna win the championship, bro? Think outside. Listen, if you say Boston, give me the reason.
Yeah.
But who do you think got it?
No, I mean my heart wants to say Boston, but I don't know if they'll be able to. I don't know. They got a lot of problems this year, like with Ime Udoka and the coaching, and I
Yeah.
don't. It'll be hard to. I mean, statistics wise, it's hard to get back to a finals. But like I say that, but I still think the Warriors could repeat. Like, dude, they're good.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate to agree with you, bro. I hate to agree with you. I think they're gonna be the championship team.
Dude, I mean,
I was
but
always gonna
Jordan Poole is nice, dude. He's looking good.
yeah, yeah, besides what he took in practice.
Dude,
But
oh man,
um
I can't believe they just let that slide as an organization. Like if I'm Jordan, I mean, I guess Jordan Poole got offered 35 million a year, so I guess it's worth it. Someone can
I
punch me in the
mean,
face for 35 million a year.
yeah, I mean Dre's gonna pay him some money as well. So, but I think the Warriors are the team to beat. I'm gonna say the Warriors. I'm gonna put for an East Coast team, I'll put
I
the
think the
Celtics in there.
Bucks or
And
Celtics, I think.
yeah, or Philly. I'm gonna say Philly, Boston, Warriors. Those are my three. I'm choosing out of.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Bucks are dude, I mean they're undefeated right now. They're looking good. So a Bucks Warriors finals would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. I don't think Giannis got. I don't think he could do it, but it
Yeah,
would
I
be
mean
good.
both
All right.
completely
So
different style teams too.
yeah, they are. Yeah, yeah. All right. So explain more of your podcast, man. You talked about the recovery. You talked about views. Talk about your sports page. Explain a little bit about the podcast and what are you trying to continue to do with your podcast?
Yeah, so the podcast is like just me interviewing everyone from, I've interviewed celebrities, famous people. I've interviewed like just people with like really good stories that have overcome things, like my last episode was with her name is Harper Lee Foy. She's a young girl who was diagnosed with Harlequin ichthyosis.
Oh, what is
It's
that?
it's a skin disease where your skin grows 10 times faster than the normal rate. So
Wow.
her skin is just like always inflamed, and like she has to take like two like hour-long showers a day for like hydration. Like it's usually like a disease that you don't make it past, a couple years old, but uh she's like 8 years old or something like that now. So it's just like incredible to talk with. I talked with her mom. It's incredible to talk with people like that who have been through like just like things that you've never even heard of. And it's like I think it's cool for like me to like shed light on things like that. I've also like talked with people. um Melissa Yaquez, she her son Marky, who passed away recently, unfortunately, he had what they call EB. They call it like the butterfly disease, where it's actually like the opposite of Harlequin ichthyosis, where his skin just doesn't recover as much. So his skin, they call it the butterfly disease because his skin is like as fragile as a butterfly's wings. So it's just
Wow.
like really sad to see like people go through stuff like that. So my goal with the podcast is to, just bring these stories up, talk with these people. Hopefully we can raise awareness for it. And that's kind of just my goal overall with the podcast. And I'd like to eventually transition it into where it's more of like a TV series, where when I'm traveling these countries, I'm sitting down with the people in person and, talking with them. And it's just me traveling the world, like different countries, finding stories that the media has no clue even exist.
Wow, man. Wow, thanks for sharing that too, man. What is the best compliment you've gotten since you starting your company, and what is the worst compliment you got?
Um, I mean, I c- best compliment is just when people appreciate my work. Like, it doesn't come often. It feels like, but when people just like appreciate what I do, like, I'd say the best. I don't know if it's a compliment, but like the best story is I had someone reach out to me on Instagram. She messaged me saying she was actually thinking about killing herself, and she came across All Things Good and it changed her mind on humanity. And then like I continued to keep in touch with her and stuff like that. But like that was like not necessarily a compliment, but it felt good that like even if you're not like necessarily making a bunch of money or as successful as I want to be, I'm at least creating a lot of positive change in the world. Like literally saving someone from killing themselves because they came across All Things Good. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Like to I can only imagine how you felt when she told you that. Like, I don't know, like I feel like those kind of things, like they're more it's more important than making money. Making money is a great thing. If you no, well, having money work for you is a great thing. But
But if you can
I
save
think
someone's life like that,
yeah, that's like
indirectly, like
that's even like that's a different notch. Like, and it's a great feeling that you're able to make somebody feel that way and like bring light to what they're going through. Like
yeah,
that is the ultimate feeling. That is the best feeling
right.
ever, man. And damn, I
Yeah.
know you must have felt like, wow, that just made me want to post more, and that just makes me want to reach out to people more.
Yeah, it makes you remember like why you are doing it, like
Right.
if it affects people that greatly, then it's like, all right, well, we are doing something good here.
Yeah, man. Damn. And what about the worst one?
To be honest, I've had a lot of bad, compliments or whatever over the years, but like just a lot of people like, saying it won't work or like you're reaching too big or your followers are fake or like just I mean, I've heard everything in the book, like, and I think that's the most emotionally draining part of doing this and entrepreneurship in general is, like you can be as smart as you want in entrepreneurship, but it doesn't matter. The hardest part is the emotional toll it takes on you.
Yeah.
And that's like
Yeah.
the hardest part I think about being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that it is the hardest part. But why do we tend to look for compliments? Like I catch myself sometimes watching a video or a post and I go right into the compliments. Even before I look at the video, I'll go right into the compliments and I'll look at it. Why is that such a thing? Why do we care so much about the compliments? What is your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a mixture of a few different things, but I think as humans, a compliment kind of like gives us validation of why we're doing it. Like, if it's hard to feel good about something you're creating if all people are doing is shitting all over it. Because then eventually you're forced to be a realist. You're like, oh, is this thing suck? Like, am I, but like when you get that compliment, you're like, oh, yeah, that, all right, I feel good like now. Like, it's just, it's like a love language, a lot of people
Yeah.
need words of affirmation.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, man. It's true. Um,
And there's
all right,
nothing wrong with that.
no, nothing's wrong with that, man. If that's how you receive love or give love, that's who you are. Like, and you shouldn't feel away because of this is who you are and this is how you show people.
Right.
That's who you are. That's how you have to be. So
Yep.
it's
Facts.
important. I mean, I agree with you. All right. So, what about what kind of books are you reading? What kind of people inspire you? Like, uh, who are your role models? Obviously, you have your parents. Your parents are different. Those are the people that are gonna be with you no matter what. But who are the people that intrigue you, inspire you, and what books are you reading?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of those book readers. I hop around from book to book. Um, right now, I'm reading. It's called David versus Goliath. It's by Malcolm Gladwell. That's I feel like a pretty fitting book for everything I'm going through. Story of how David beat Goliath. When you're trying to accomplish big goals, big things. So that's the current book I'm reading. My favorite book I've read is Seven Habits of a Highly Effective Person. I recommend that book for everyone.
Oh yeah, I read that.
That 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 book literally changed my life when I read it.
Yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book. I had to read it twice because I didn't understand it the first time.
Yeah,
But
it's a good
you
one.
recommended me that book.
Yeah, I did.
You also recommended me Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I
Yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah. That's a
Absolutely
good one
love,
too.
bro. When you gave me that book, I was like, yo, he blessed me. He blessed me with that because I needed it, bro. Because at the time, I'm thinking, okay, like I got money, but you know, I don't want to make it. I want to kind of like have it work for me or kind of like start investing it in things I like because a lot of us, we buy from Nike, we buy from Amazon, we buy from Netflix. Why not invest in these things? And like for me, it was important to read something like that because I did not know what was going on. I did not know how to invest. I did, and I still don't. I'm still learning, but like it gave me a starting point on, okay, this is what you should start looking at. Maybe you should start reading these books, and it'll give you an idea of what you want to do. So I thank you for recommending me that because
I got
that's
you.
like a Bible for me, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, man. And so what books would you recommend somebody that is trying to do kind of what you're doing, having this platform and using it as a tool and how to help people? What would you tell them to read and what books did you start off with?
Yeah, I mean, Seven Habits of a Highly Effective Person, like we just talked about, it's a great one.
Hmm.
Some other books like Give and Take by Adam Grant. That's a good one. Talks about you have to give to take, you know, things like that. I think it all depends on what you want, like luckily with the internet, say you want to do something creatively, but it's a certain niche, then you can literally just search that what you want to do. For me, like I read to gain knowledge. Like I know a lot of people, read to have escape. Or it's certain genres they like. For me, whenever I want to learn something, I just Google how to learn that thing, and I find the top book for how to learn it. And reading and knowledge is power. So
Yeah.
if you want to learn something nowadays, it's so easy to learn it, so just do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. All right, man. So what is you're a constant poster on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. But for Instagram, what was one of your give me five of your favorite posts that you did for all things good? What was your top five like memorable posts that you're like, wow, like that actually touched me when I posted?
I gotta think. I've posted so many times.
Yeah, I know you're a constant poster. I know.
Um, I mean, I've had some posts get like 17 million like reach. Like I've had some posts that reach a lot of people. Um, I don't know. I think the ones that do the best for me are like the dog post. Everyone loves a good dog post, like a happy dog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially when you're going through a rough day at work. Like I remember seeing one of your posts and like I don't know, I think I was doing lesson plans, something like that for work. And I looked at that post and I was like, yo, this is funny as hell. So I watched it again and I watched it again. But yo, it took my mind off what I was going through in that moment. Like
Yeah,
I think a
yeah,
lot of people love to see animals like playing or doing something funny or silly, and that they gravitate towards that like as a positive outlet.
yeah.
Um,
No, I think some of my favorite posts are usually just one that like I said, through the podcast and stuff, I've made some really good friends. So my favorite stuff is when I can usually just like help promote what they're doing. Like I have a friend, Yuri Williams, a future superhero. He has a nonprofit where he dresses up as a superhero and he goes to surprise kids who are battling cancer, things like that. So like whenever I can promote people like him or show what they're doing, I feel like that's like my favorite stuff to do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And how do you get in touch with these people, man? Like, obviously, it takes a lot of work, yo, because I can only imagine what you had to do to get in touch with Willie T and
Yeah.
with Mitch Richmond, with Tim Hardaway. How did you get in touch with these people?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, it was really tough. I was probably just emailing people, annoying them in the beginning. But, eventually, as I got bigger, like, I'd have some people reach out to me and they wanted to set up the podcast or the story, mixture of me emailing and talking with their publicists. So it's definitely like a lot easier now that I'm bigger because people love to come on to get that exposure.
Right.
In the beginning, people could give two shits about me, so it was a lot harder.
Yeah, I know that must feel good now that you don't gotta. I mean, I know. Listen, you're still gonna be you at the end of the day. You're still gonna go out and reach to other people because that's who you are. But it must feel good to like have people like, yo, when am I gonna be on or like something like that? It must feel good now because
Oh
you
yeah, well,
weren't
like
doing that in the beginning.
yeah, and like I've had people who said no to me in the beginning reach back out now, and it's like, oh, so now you
Yeah,
want,
now that I'm moving right
yeah,
now, you
yeah.
wanna.
It's like
Yeah, man, that must
train
feel good.
the train has already left.
Yeah, man, that must feel good. What out of each social media platform, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, what Twitter as well, right? Twitter. What is your favorite to use and what you right now in this moment, where is your audience more? Where are they at more? Are they on Insta? Are they on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube?
Yeah, I think Instagram and Facebook are my biggest platforms. Feel like I still haven't cracked the code on TikTok. I mean, it's been hard for me to grow there. YouTube is my next big thing I'm working on. I mean, I have a YouTube channel and I have some subscribers, but as I start doing more in-person stories, in-person journalism, filmmaking, a longer version, I'm gonna have that on YouTube. So my goal
Mhm.
is to promote the YouTube to hopefully where I can make enough recurring money to fund the videos itself.
Oh, okay, okay, and why I agree with you with TikTok, right? TikTok is, I think, probably the best platform to use, but I'm trying my best on how to like work it because it's so quick, right? Like all the information on there is like 30-second videos, and like the thing about TikTok is the good thing about TikTok is that once you put a video out there, everybody's gonna see it. It's not like where it's like Instagram or Facebook is like, okay, maybe your certain art, your audience or your friends or your whatever, and maybe they'll share it. But TikTok, everybody gets to see it, and I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't really cracked that code on TikTok. I love it because I'm addicted to it. I like watching it, but I feel like I'm still yet to crack that code. But I think TikTok for me and Instagram are probably the best
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah, I
Um,
like Instagram the most just because it has a little bit of everything.
right.
Uh, I think TikTok, the reason it's so popular right now is because it pertains to everyone's short attention span. So I think that's why.
Yeah, man, bro, we're starting to be like puppies, bro. Like, bro, our attention spans, like, I can't, me personally, if it's not a podcast or not a movie that I'm interested in or a TV series, I can't watch something or an NBA game or UFC, but
Yeah,
I can't watch 45 minutes of it. Like,
right.
it has to intrigue me. There has to be something going. And I think TikTok definitely has made our attention span like, okay, 30 seconds. And sometimes 30 seconds is not is long. Like they're making it 10 seconds. So it's incredible like where that has gone. Like I feel like
Yeah.
it's only taken off like 2 or 3 years, but our attention span has just gotten less and less. I
Worse.
don't
Yeah.
know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it definitely does make it harder to create content on TikTok.
Yeah. Sometimes TikTok's just a little too cringe for me. So I,
Yeah, I can see that. I can see why certain people don't like it because it's like, bro, you're not really because sometimes when you watch a video on TikTok, you feel like you're not getting all the information you want out of the video. Or maybe the video didn't even make sense.
Yeah,
So
or they try and frustrate you with the video so you watch it again, and it's like,
yeah, I'm one of those people though. I can't sit here and lie. I'm addicted to TikTok, bro. Like
sometimes
I
the reason
will.
I like Instagram though is I think Instagram, if you're building a media company and news, like news, what I'm doing, I feel like it's the best for news outlets because you can post pictures, you can post stories, links, videos,
Yeah,
uh, and it's where all my following really is. So
yeah,
that helps.
yeah. Yo, tell me about your clothing brand, man. Yo, I've been trying to get some gear for a minute, bro. Tell
Yeah,
me,
dude, I gotta get
tell
you
me
some.
what, yeah, tell me what made you start the clothing brand, man, and why did you choose to, make it to where like you can have people order and like why did you come up with the design of the company? Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, originally it's just another source of potential revenue for the business, but I also view it as something that all things good. A lot of people would wear that, and hopefully, with profits from the clothing that we could give back to communities and help people out. So I think it could be a win-win for everyone if the clothing brand side of it takes off.
Bro, the logo itself is fire. Like I
Yeah,
get and so I can see people liking it. Like, all right, we have some brands out there that the logo doesn't really look that good, but your logo actually looks dope. Like,
yeah,
and some
thanks.
of the colors you were showing me, like that salmon sweater that you had, those bucket hats. The logo itself looks dope. Like I can see a lot of people wearing that stuff.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the clothing brand? What do you are you looking to make jackets, maybe like windbreakers or
Yeah, I'm
joggers or something like
looking to
that?
do a little bit of everything, really. Hats, shirts, sweatshirts, anything. And ideally, I'd like to partner with other brands to make collaboration merchandise with them. Like whether I've been in talks with like some shoe companies even to maybe have a all things good shoe at some point. That'd be cool.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, okay.
So I'm dabbling in it, trying to. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, I think there could be some really cool stuff coming out.
Oh, okay, okay. And yo, I still listen. I'm your homie. I'm your brother, but I'm not that kind of person. Like, yo, we're homies. Like, yo, I expect something for free. No, I want to put my money into it, bro, because
I appreciate you.
you're a brother to me, and I think it's necessary to show support and like for the people that are watching that do that to their family, bro, don't do that. Pay for them. Pay for their
Yeah,
shit. Like,
that's
don't.
so true.
It's not cool to do things like that. And you put people like you in an awkward situation where you don't want to do that because they're your
Yeah,
friends. Like,
so
but
fact. Like the amount of people that have asked me for like free stuff is like, yeah, I'm as broke as as is. Like you can't just afford it. Like, you know.
yeah, bro. And I don't want people to mistake because Mike Atkins that we went to school with. He's got Infinity Consistency, which it's his clothing brand as well. And I told him the same. Like, listen, I'm your boy, but let me buy it, bro. Don't let me don't be. I'm not that kind of person who's like, yo, we've been chilling for years. I expect something for free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man. I can
appreciate that,
only
man.
imagine how awkward that was for you.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate it. That's just being a good friend right there.
Of course, man. Of course. All right, so let's talk about your future plans, bro. Like, I know we talked on Snap or on Insta about what you want to do, like going into with the documentaries and possibly doing something with Netflix or Amazon. What is your goal for the next? I'm not gonna say 5 years. 5 years is quite some time. Like 3 years. What are your next goals for the next 3 years for your company?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I've learned with like media is shit takes time. Like, but like my goal going forward is, turn this into a filmmaking production powerhouse. I want feel good documentaries. I want TV shows, podcasts. Like want everything going off this, because I don't feel like there's really production companies or filmmakers out there that are doing like only feel good documentaries, like, so I just want to be able to consistently make films, whether it be on Netflix, HBO, one of those guys. And I think that starts with my travel series that I'm hoping to start filming next year. The pilot episode, hopefully in Bali, Indonesia. So I think my goal is, like, with that travel series, shoot the pilot episode, put it on social media, and blast it on social media in hopes that if I get enough views on social media, then I can take it to one of those streamers and say, hey, this pilot episode got 1 million views. Let's get it on Netflix, and I feel like if I could get 1 million views on a pilot episode, I feel like there's no way someone says no to that. So that's my goal, is to just amplify our storytelling.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. And yo, I'm always gonna be there to whatever I can do to keep promoting it and also supporting it as well. Like, I know this is something you really want to do because we've been talking about this for a long time. Especially when you were with Willie T and what you were doing with that interview, like you were telling me how you wanted to possibly do documentaries, and I think you could do it, man. Man,
Yeah.
you have the
Yeah,
motivation
I'll,
to do it.
dude,
You can do it,
I'll cry when I get on Netflix, dude. Like, I mean, that's like the gold standard if you can get on Netflix and shit, dude. Like,
bro. But what you gonna be drinking though? You gonna be drinking some champagne?
yeah, dude.
Bro, that
you gotta celebrate.
yeah, man, you got to, yo, because
You'll have to come back for that when it happens.
Bro, yeah, yo, that's
or
a
I'll come out,
milestone, bro.
or we'll get an Airbnb out in Spain or something.
Or you gonna come kick it with me, bro? You don't need an Airbnb, bro. Like,
yeah, but if I get that Netflix deal, we're getting those.
We're getting an Airbnb, yeah. Probably a Malaga in the south of Spain, probably. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So all right, so you with the Netflix and with what you want to do in the future, for people that are trying to do what you're doing or are in the process of doing what you're doing, what inspirational message do you have for the younger generation, people of our generation that are trying to excel in the social media? What inspirational message do you have for them?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the biggest thing, touched on it a little bit earlier, is just the emotional toll it's gonna have on you. And like, just know, like, when you fall down, don't take it like personally that like there's something wrong with you or like you're not good enough. Like, I've fallen down plenty of times. Like, there's been plenty of times where like I felt like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, like, I mean, and some of the greatest entrepreneurs ever, they all have those moments too. So you have to just be able to, take criticism, take accountability, and just move forward. And the biggest thing is having confidence in yourself. Like, along journey, there's going to be people who tell you what you don't want to hear. They're going to tell you that it's not good enough, it's not going to work. But who cares what those people say? Like, I've had, how many people have told me that along the way? But like, you have to have this like inner belief system of yourself, or you won't get there if you just take what other people say instead of what you say.
Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing that. All right, so we're gonna do before we wrap up, we're gonna do a quick segment called Just Thoughts. All right, so I'm gonna hit you with 10 random questions. You're gonna get some funny ones, and you're gonna get some deep questions, bro.
What?
What are these?
Are these like one-word answers or just regular answers?
Regular answers, man. You can make them as short as possible if you want to. Okay.
All right.
All right. What is a miracle that happens every day?
Life.
Ooh. Okay. I like that. McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dude, the good old Farmington days, dude?
Yo.
Good old Big Mac, bro. You can't go wrong with that.
Bro, and it's like, the people out here, bro, they love Burger King. They love it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But
I'm gonna eat fast food. It's gonna be McDonald's.
it's gonna be McDonald's, bro. It's gonna be McDonald's. Is it more important? Is it more important to do the things right or to do the right things?
That's a tough one because I think they kind of go hand in hand a little bit. I mean, I think if you're doing the right things, the right thing will happen.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I like that one. I was gonna say it's more important doing the right thing instead of doing things right. But I can see your reasoning for both. Okay. All right. Tell me, do you prefer clubs or bars?
Bars. Yeah.
Bar, you're a bar guy?
I am, dude. I don't know. There's nothing. I think there's nothing better than going to like a small town bar or like just sitting at the bar and chatting up with the bartender watching sports. Like I think that shit's fun.
I'm with the clubs, maybe, man.
If you asked me in college, I probably would have said clubs, but I don't know.
Okay, damn, I'm a club guy, man. I like being club.
I know you are.
I like being club. Insta or Facebook?
Insta. Yeah, I just think Instagram it's just got like more wide range of possibilities.
Okay. I would say Insta as well. Okay, loyalty or honesty?
I mean they go pretty hand in hand, but I think if you're loyal,
you don't have to be honest if you're loyal.
Yeah, right. I don't have to question you if you're loyal.
That is true, but you could also be loyal and not be honest. Like I could still, for example, I could be a brother to you, but I don't have to be honest with you. I could be a person that's always gonna have your back, but I can also.
I don't need you to be honest with me if you're being loyal with me.
Oh, so loyalty is more okay for me. I would have to say honesty. Like I'd rather the hard truth instead of somebody being loyal.
Oh yeah, I mean that is true. I'd rather have someone. I mean, I think loyalty is the precursor to honesty. Like, like I'd rather have honesty because I'd rather you tell me that you like cheated on me or something than just like I'll take the honesty right to the face, but like I think loyalty is the first step of that.
Okay. All right.
Both important qualities though.
Yes, of course. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
That's a good one. I'll go both dead and alive. For alive, I think I might take Joe Rogan.
He might be my choice.
Like such an interesting dude. And dead, or I mean alive, maybe Adam Sandler too. That's another one.
Yeah, you seen his recent movie with did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was good.
And then for dead, I'd probably go either Chris Farley or Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin. Oh, okay. Chris Farley's hilarious. Classic SNL, classic Black Sheep, classic Coneheads. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, he got some. Okay. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
I don't know. There's so many that I would pick. Like, if you could predict the future, you'd be a billionaire. Because then you could just see what stocks to invest in. You could, but then at the same time, you don't want to know I wouldn't really want to know my own future. I don't know, dude. That's a tough one. What about you?
I would say invisibility, because I listen. I'm somebody that loves. I hate people in the morning. I hate people in the morning. I always have. I love people at night. At night, I love to go out. I like to party. I like to do other things. And at night, I'm more of a alive. But in the day, I would like to disappear, bro. I don't like to be
Yeah,
around people, especially if I've been eating anything all day. Don't come around me, bro. Like, I like my personal space during the day, and if I could be invisible and not have to work during the day, I think to me that would be perfect.
yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah.
That'd be perfect. All right, I'm gonna give you three more, man. The
Yep.
what day describes your personality?
What day?
What day of the week describes your personality?
Probably Saturday guy. You
Yeah,
know?
you're a Saturday guy. I would say that. I would say that. I think you had a. I think you guys had a poster when you were living. When we were at University of Maine, Farmington. You guys had a poster that was like Saturdays for the boys. Is that you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I think that was a Barstool one. Yeah.
Okay. Why Saturday?
It's just a great day. You just got to sleep in. You have the whole day to yourself. You get to sleep in again at night. I mean, the possibilities are just endless for the day.
Okay, I'm gonna say Friday, but Saturday's a good day. Saturday's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
day.
Friday's a good one too.
What food describes your personality?
Food. I mean, my favorite food is Chinese food. I love Chinese food.
Yeah, I know. I knew
Uh,
that.
um, food. I don't know. I'm a steak guy. I love steak.
Steak.
Yeah,
Okay, why steak, bro?
it's just so good. Yeah, yeah. Get like a glass of wine or some whiskey with it. Steak just hits different.
Yeah, it does hit different. But you don't use A1, do you?
I do. Unless it's like a.
Oh, bro, what do you? Come on, yo,
Hey,
barbecue, get out of here, bro.
hey, I'm not affording the top level steaks over here, so. But dude, I love a good steak.
All right, barbecue or homemade?
Like homemade isn't just.
Homemade food or barbecue?
Oh, that's a tough one. It depends on the barbecue, because like there's some barbecue that's ass, and then there's some barbecue that like changes your life.
Yo,
You
for
know?
real, especially them ribs,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I'd probably say barbecue, because when you get those like smoked ribs, holy shit, dude.
Bro,
So,
and it be dripped in barbecue sauce.
yeah.
Yo,
Like I said,
yeah,
that you get the right ribs smoked, that shit will change your life. Like
yeah, I'm at the agree with you. All right, last one. Morning or night person?
I go back and forth. Sometimes I really love my mornings because I don't have anyone bothering me and it's a good time to work. And then at the other times, nights are like, I range from morning person to night owl depending, on the day. But probably mornings, honestly.
Morning, yo. Back in the day, bro, me used to stay up until like 5, bro. Wait,
Yeah,
what
that's
happened?
morning, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the sun ain't up, but yeah, you're right. Damn, man. Why the mornings? What time do you wake up?
These days, like 5:30.
Damn.
But yeah, I feel like when you get up early in the morning, like, a lot of people swear by it, but when you get up early in the morning and like it just feels like people aren't going to be texting, calling you, whatever. It's just like a good peaceful zone to be in.
What do you meditate? What do you do in the morning that makes you get up so early? Or do you work early?
Sometimes I work early and sometimes I'll, do a little meditation, reading, even some video games in the morning to get your day off, right?
Video games in the morning, bro.
Dude, anything to just get your mind going and you're like, oh, like nobody's calling me, nobody's texting me. It's like, oh,
Right.
it feels great, dude.
Right.
Like,
Are you playing NBA 2K23?
I still got to get that one. I got the old 2K right now. What, you got that?
Yeah, bro, you got it for Xbox or you got it for PlayStation 4?
I got Xbox. What do you got?
Bro, I got PC, but I got the Xbox One controller. Bro, we can
Is that
play
is
each
that a
other.
cross-play? We'll have to play.
Yeah, bro. You trying to get this
Yeah.
work?
Yeah. Yeah, once I get that, I'll hit you up. We'll have to play.
I would have to say between 2K21, 2K22, and 23, the one that just got released. 23, the shot stick is a lot different, but it's easier. Like I'm playing the Hall of Fame right now in my league, and I'm killing teams on Hall of Fame by like 30 points. Dude, in
You playing with your Knicks,
2K22,
dude?
nah, hell. All right. We ain't gonna talk. Well, listen, they doing good, but I don't run. That's the team I don't play with in 2K.
Who's your 2K team?
I'm with the Spurs.
Spurs. Okay. Spurs.
Yeah, we not. I mean, you got
They're
Johnson.
ass, dude. Why are you playing with the Spurs?
They're ass, but the thing is, their team chemistry goes up so quickly because they got Greg Popovich as their coach. So we are ass right now, but our team chemistry gets better because he's good at defense and offense.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I chose him, because I like Greg Pop. I never go with the Knicks in the game because usually I did that in 2K21. We got smacked. We did not make the playoffs. I tried again in 2K22. That didn't really work out for me. So, I can't go with the Knicks. I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we making the playoffs this year, but I can't.
How about before we go, we gotta ask, like, how about our Yankees, dude? What the hell happened there? Dude, I can't stand Ronnie during these times. I fucking hate that.
Bro, I mean, look at, all right, listen, we love Ronnie, right? But his other teams are dying. The Rockets are horrible. The Texans,
his other teams are terrible. I'll give them that.
The Texans, we won't see a Super Bowl until we're like in the 80s. So he has to have something to look back on. You know what I'm saying?
I think that they always beat us and they're cheaters.
Yeah, and then listen, and the Yankees, who's really gonna match those chips anyway? Like, we're the greatest sports team.
We gotta improve outside of Judge. Like, one, we gotta resign him. If we don't resign him, we're gonna be terrible, dude.
Yeah, but that's one team that I'm comfortable with because of the championships. And you could probably say the same thing about Boston or the Lakers. Like, we have so much in our arsenal from back in the day winning those championships. So I'm okay with them being horrible for a little bit.
We at least compete every year, so.
And we compete. So I'm okay with that.
Like, I want a championship, dude.
I feel you, bro. But listen, we're the best sports dynasty, right? Like, I don't think that's gonna be beaten for a long time. Like, that's one thing I'm happy, and that's one thing I'm confident about being a Yankees fan. Like, I get show off about that because you Boston fans, when it comes to other sports, and I hate to say this, I'm gonna say this on camera. Boston has the best sports teams. Unfortunately, yes, the fans are horrible, but you guys have the best sports teams, and that's one team that I can say that I'm confident about, and like I can talk my shit because they have the best. But Boston, hands down, is the best sports.
I know where you're coming from because I hate Red Sox fans with a passion. So like, I know what it must be like hating every team.
Bro, it's and it's not like y'all do the most, bro. When it comes to like football, especially football, basketball, not so much. But y'all, we understand you guys got this 7-8 year gap of winning nonstop championships with Tom Brady, but y'all don't appreciate other teams. Like, you guys are always.
Hey, don't put me into that category. All right?
Like,
true.
I remember having these conversations when we were back at school. Like, when y'all played Atlanta, I was upset because everybody knows Atlanta should have won that damn Super Bowl. But when that happened, bro,
that was like a classic New England moment of like, of course they come back and win.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the shit was rigged. Like, I thought it was rigged. Like, there's no way they come back that quickly in the fourth quarter.
28-3. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Bro, dude. And watching the game with y'all was ridiculous for me. Like, Yo,
Yeah.
the backlash that I took, and I was even an Atlanta fan. The
You had no
backslash,
dog in the fight.
bro, the backlash me and Ronnie took, we got ate up, and y'all did not appreciate any other team but New England. And that's the problem I got with Boston fans. Like, I
Dude,
love
that's
them,
why my
but I
problem is
cannot
with Red
stand
Sox
them,
fans. So I get it.
bro. Y'all, but you guys y'all can brag. Y'all can brag. I give y'all that. Y'all can brag. Y'all got the best teams. Bruins, okay, we could wipe them off because they're not that
Yeah,
great.
they got I mean there's some good teams here. So but
Yeah, man. But fuck
need a
y'all though.
Celtics championship. Yeah.
Fuck y'all though. Fuck y'all. All right, yo. So before we end the show, can you give us words of encouragement? One thing we like to do on this show is give words of encouragement. And like, it's normal for you because of what you post. You post positivity all the time. But we could use some words of encouragement, man. Like it's been a good time. We're getting out of the pandemic. COVID is starting to become less of a problem. But we need some positive words of encouragement, man. If you got something you would like to tell the people, man, anything to lighten up going into this week.
Yeah, I would say like, going back to like we talked a little bit about you don't have to hit home runs every day, like whether you're dealing with depression or whatever you're going through, like, just do your best every day. You don't have to, like I've had moments where I like feel like I don't do anything someday, and then like I'm like down on myself the next day, and it's just like, you can't be like that. As long as you're like progressing, you're doing your best every day, whether, and everyone's version of their best every day is different, like, don't compare yourself to people on social media who are making millions of dollars. Like if you're like deep in depression and your best every day is just getting up and making yourself breakfast and stuff, then good for you. Like, just make sure you're doing your best every day.
Yeah, man. To piggyback a little bit, I agree. Do the little things. The little things take you a long way. That bigger goal, it's gonna come, but it's important for you to follow the little steps to get to that bigger goal. And maybe one day those little things could make it easier for you to get to that bigger goal. So
Yep, facts.
I think that's important, man. Give yourself a hug now and then because yes, it might look silly, it might be silly you giving yourself an actual hug. But you need it. You need it because another day on this earth, another day of accomplishing goals, another day of sharing your thoughts with people, another day of sharing comparisons with people. And I think the little things come a long way, and it makes things easier for you as time goes on.
Yep,
So I'm
facts.
happy for you to share that, bro, because a lot of us are aiming for the stars, but we don't know how to get there. And the important part is to get there before we get that star. So I appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah, appreciate you
Uh,
having me on, man. Keep doing your thing. Love
yeah,
seeing it.
bro.
Hit me
You
back
got a
up when you're in the
lifetime.
States.
Yeah, of course, yo. Once I'm loving Spain too much right now, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Spain has took my heart, bro. Since I've been out here, like, I actually see myself being out here for a while, and
Awesome,
I
bro.
can. One thing I like that has helped me grow, has helped me become more trustworthy of myself, and it has helped me become more self confident. I didn't really have that much self confidence when I was in the States. I hid a lot of that stuff when I was hanging out with you guys, but I was really insecure about the next step in my life, and I think this
Yeah.
has actually helped me, uh, and it's actually leading me into that direction. So
Hell yeah, man.
I'm in a great spot right now. Yes, things get hard because it's not my culture, and some days I need those days to myself. But honestly, I
Yep.
would not take it back for the
Hell
world,
yeah,
man.
man.
And
Yeah, happy for you,
uh,
bro. I'm proud of you.
yeah, man, you too, bro.
Yeah.
I'm proud for you, and I'm excited because you have been you've been working your ass off. You've been bringing this company up for 5 years, man, and like to see you be the person who you were before, and to see you doing what you're doing now. it's like I've seen you grow to the person you're becoming. So you have a lifetime supporter.
Yeah,
I'm
I
always
know.
gonna be there for you. I'm happy that we kept in touch. Yeah, we may not talk all the time, bro, but the love is always gonna be there. We reach
Oh
out to
yeah,
each other
for sure.
every now and again, and I think that's the most important part. I love you, bro. You're always gonna be a brother to me, and I'm always gonna support your work. So,
Yep.
even if
Same
you
here.
if even if you hit me up like, yo, I need you to post this because such and such event is coming up, or we're getting ready to put something out. I got you, bro. Like that is no problem for me. Don't even feel like you have to ask because, yo, I like your content. Even that we are boys, I like your content because you're posting good quality stuff that a lot of us don't see. We always see the negativity, like you said before.
Yep.
So I'm always gonna post that just because I'm interested in it, you know.
Yep.
So thank you so much, bro. And
Yeah,
I
appreciate you,
hope,
bro.
yeah, man. I hope you have a great week. I hope you make today your bitch, this week your bitch. Like fucking continue to do what you're doing, man. And we will keep in touch because you're
Sure.
my brother first. And we will continue to follow our paths to greatness, bro, and continue to
Sure.
shock people that said that we couldn't do it. So I
Yep.
appreciate you for the utmost, bro.
All right, you too, brother. I love you, man.
Yes, sir. Just a Thought Podcast. We are out. Yes, bro.